hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Ayan. So welcome to my Real Estate Maven channel where life, real estate, and economics made simple. So please do like and subscribe my channel. So and join me in my mission to help each and every member of your family become the real estate maven, or if your family or the one who takes charge. Today is a live Thursday. Ayan. So please do share this to people whom you think will benefit our topic this session. So we are now in our episode 21. Hooray! 21 na. And our topic is how to have three meaningful ways to create real relationship in the family. But before that, let me share with you or let me ask you this question. So nasaan kayo dito in this type of, to these different types of persons who are living in one room? No? Are you the bed spacer? Or are you the hotel guest? Or a long-term tenant? So yan. Isipin yung mabuti, nasaan kayo dyan? Or are you in that type of person? So again, please do share this to your family members and friends that we hope that this will help you and your family grow together and journey together in this life. Happily ever after. Ayan. So, ayan. So, alin kayo dyan? Are you a hotel guest, bed spacer, or long-term tenant? So, let me define first, no? Mabs, ano yung bed spacer, hotel guest, or long-term tenant? Ayan. So, bed spacer. Are you the type of person who lived in one roof na pag umuwi ka ng bahay or pag gising mo sa umaga, when you wake up in the morning, gigising ka, magbibihes, aalis ng bahay, and then babalik matutulog? So without communication at all. So that's the bed spacer. Are you that type of person in your own home? Or are you a hotel guest? Ito naman medyo mas social at mayroong mas matagal ng konti sa bahay, di ba? Paggising mo sa umaga, you ask your family member or you expect your family member to serve you. May pagkain sa harapan mo, di ba? Malinis yung bahay mo. I-serve nila yung mga basic needs mo, pangangailangan mo. So, and then uuwi ka ng bahay, ganun ulit, may pagkain ka, isa-serve ka, and then matutulog ka. And then the same thing every day, no? Without deeper communication with the family. This is a hotel guest, di ba? So, just getting whatever you need in the family and then go out. So, are you that type of person? Or, eto naman, are you a long-term tenant? No? Either you are a bed spacer or hotel guest that you've been doing this for the long time. For 30 years, you're now 25 years old, you're now 30 years old, you're now 40 years old, and you've been doing, you've been a bed spacer one time, or you've been a hotel guest one time, then you are a long-term tenant. My dear friends, I hope you are not in this type of people or persons living in one room, no? But I hope that you become the fourth person. It's becoming a family member. Just a family member. Physically, you're a family member in that house. No? You're a son, you're a daughter, you're a brother, you're a sister. Diba? You're a mother, you're a father. No? You're doing your role in the family. You're taking in charge of whatever you have in the family. So I hope by the end of this sharing, in the next 30 to 40 minutes, no, you be that person that you grow in love together as a family. And for us to understand it well, no, we've invited a very great person and one of the most sought after life coach in the country. And we're so blessed that he graced us with his time, no, to share with you, no, for us to have meaningful, real relationships in the family. So, ayan, without further ado, please do welcome a certified life coach, Brother Edwin Soriano. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Hi there. Hello, Mavs. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure addressing your audience. Hi, everybody who's watching on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yes, and Brother Edwin, ayan, or
Yeah,
Coach Edwin in this
sure.
session. No? Let's please do introduce first yourself before we dig into our topic this
Sure.
afternoon.
Yeah, sure. I wish. Do I have my books here? So, hi there. I am a life coach. Do I have them here? Oh, I don't have them. Anyway, how do I introduce myself? I'm a life coach. I'm a speaker, and my hair is standing.
Ako din. Ayusin natin mga hair.
Ayusin natin. Yeah, yeah. And what's my passion? My passion is helping people get their hair straight. Yeah. My passion is helping people be the better version of themselves. And how do I do that? I do that through life coaching. And in life coaching, I do not provide answers. In life coaching, I help people discover their own answers to maybe some questions that I will put forward to them, or some processes, some steps that I will guide them through so that they discover their real self, their genuine self, their authentic thoughts, not the thoughts of their parents, not the thoughts of their barkada or of media, but what they truly believe. Yeah, that's what I do as a life coach. And more recently, we've been doing goal fulfillment programs. It's called Skyrocket, the 60-day goal fulfillment program, where participants declare their personal goal and their professional goal, and within 60 days, they achieve it with the help of life coaching. That's one.
Okay.
The other program that I'm running now is what we call the 5 a.m. Club. And yeah, it's a community of people who want to be productive first thing in the morning. So yeah, that's what I do.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. And let's now proceed, no? So for us to learn the three meaningful ways to create real relationships. So excited.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh,
I love to
I
share this with you. No, just a little note. I love the way Mavs has framed this conversation. Are you a bed spacer? Are you a hotel guest, or are you a long-term tenant? And pwede namang none of the above, because in your household, wouldn't it be great if you took on a role like a friend or a brother, a sister, a daughter, a son, or a parent? And that's what I wanted to discuss with you, share with you now, no? Um, so if I were in a live Zoom meeting, I'd be asking people to be raising their hand so that I can see you raising your hand. I know that there are, that whether you're watching this during this live video, this live telecast, or whether you're watching this in a recording, I want to ask you, okay? And I'm asking this not just for me, but more for you. What's your biggest challenge? Okay, what's your biggest challenge in maintaining real relationships in your home? Okay, so I'll ask that again. What's your biggest challenge maintaining real relationships in your home? And whether during this live session or in the recording, please go ahead and comment in the comment section, whether that's YouTube or Facebook. And we'd love to hear your challenge, and maybe I'd be able to address it, whether during this live broadcast or maybe even later in the comment section below. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. How do you have real relationships at home? I'll give you a few examples. So we have clients from all walks of life, and let me get so. I'll give two examples and then I'll give my own example of myself. No? So number one, there's a wife, husband, and their son. They live in their home, and the wife, some time ago, the husband and wife, some time ago, maybe 5, 6 years ago, the wife said something, and her perception of her husband's response was that, oh, that's a sensitive topic that I can never bring up again because he gets mad. My husband gets mad when I bring that up. So what has happened after this experience between the husband and wife? The wife keeps things from the husband. She's not able to have a meaningful conversation with the husband when it comes to this topic, whatever that topic was. Okay? And therefore, there are some areas of their life that they're not able to talk about. Okay? So that prevents the wife from being real in her relationship with her husband. Okay? Number two, I also have a client who I met, and she wasn't telling her parents that she was into financial, what do you call it? Sales. She was doing sales for a life insurance company. Okay. And the reason she's not telling her parents about this is she has this feeling na nakakahiya. Okay, she studied in Manila. She's from the province. She studied in Manila, and then after taking a 4-year course in a medical field, a nurse or a med tech, and then she ends up being a financial advisor lang. Okay, are you with me? Sino nakaka-relate? Of course, I couldn't see you, no? But if you can relate, go ahead, raise your hand, whether you're listening to me live or not. And this had prevented her from being real with her family in the province. She couldn't tell her family in the province where she's getting this money. She couldn't tell her parents that she's actually not in the medical industry. And yeah, for many years, she had hidden this. She kept this from her parents. And that prevented her from being real with her parents. Okay? That's example number two, parehong babae. Let me give my own example. Okay? So, many years ago, some years ago, I was in crossroads and I was having a difficult time in my career. And two of my siblings asked me, Edwin, that life coaching thing that you're doing, that training thing that you're doing, is it really what will bring you the results that you want for your family, for your finances? And at that time, they challenged me, Edwin, why don't you find a job? Go find a job. And it was an interesting period in my life because I discovered that there are life coaching positions in different companies. More and more companies are getting life coaches as a professional service for their companies. And if that's your company, yeah, I'd be happy to discuss a little more detail about that. No? But that was a weird time in my life because number one, I didn't want to be an employee. And number two, I believe that my track as a life coach was where I wanted to be and how I wanted to live out my purpose. And yet, I gave in to my brother and sister. I humbled myself to listen to their suggestions. And I did. For around 3 months, 4 months, I was sending out my resume, finding out which companies might be open to me joining them as an employee. And at a certain point, I was so in love with one company who was hiring a life coach, the head coach of the site. And yet I got rejected. Woo-hoo. And it was like a heartbreak for me. I went through my downtime, and it was a couple of weeks where I felt like, oh, what will I do with my life, etc. But something happened that turned me around. Something happened that reaffirmed what I do now as a life coach. How many of you want to discover what happened that helped me turn around? How many of you want to discover? Raise your hands. For some of you, you're raising your hands even if nobody else can see. So it's kind of weird, yeah? So go ahead, comment below. If you can hear this, go ahead and comment below. I feel ya, okay? And if I see your comment, I will acknowledge you. I feel you, okay? So, friends, I want to share with you 3 things that can help you, whatever your setup is in at home with your family, 3 ways that can help you be more authentic, be real, not just with yourself, but with other people. Okay ba yan? Okay, I hope that would be useful for you. Are you ready for 3 ways to be more authentic, to get real with your family? Are you ready? I'm ready. Ayan, ako na yung sumasagot sa aking sariling tanong. Okay, so here. 3 ways to get real in relationships. And by the way, I wanted to acknowledge the source of this insight. I learned this when many years ago, I was searching for I was searching. I was in a spiritual drought, and I was searching, and I had heard about Brother Bo Sanchez and the feast. My mother kept telling me about this community. So me and my brother, at my rock bottom, my brother accompanied me. We attended together for the first time the feast in Valle Verde. Okay, so yan, dalawa kami, we attended. And then later on, a few weeks later, both me and my brother as well attended CCF, Christ's Commission Fellowship. And fast forward many years later, I continue to attend in the feast, and 2 of my brothers attend in CCF. So this thing that I'm about to share with you, I learned from their pastor, Pastor Peter Tanchi. Okay, so here's how it goes. In your family, there needs to be 3 unconditionals. Okay, 3 unconditionals. So, unconditional. It starts with number 1, unconditional love. Okay, what does this mean? Everybody say unconditional love. Unconditional love. Are you able, let's talk about parents now. Parents towards your children. This one is probably the easiest because we talk about this every time. And this comes naturally for parents towards their kids. They have unconditional love towards their kids. So, here's how it goes. Are you able to tell your loved ones that you love them? Tell pa lang yan, ha? Okay? The mere saying the words, I love you. Are you able to say that? Okay? Level 1 pa lang yan. Okay? If you want to level up, okay, can you tell them that your love is unconditional? What does this mean? Anak, regardless of anything that you do, I love you. Nothing can take it away from you. Nothing will change that. Are you able to tell that to your loved ones? Can you tell that to your kids? Can you tell that to your parents? Can you tell that to your siblings? or your spouse. Okay? Regardless of whatever you do, be assured that my love for you is unconditional. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if you're good with that. That's number one. Okay? Unconditional love. Number two, I wish my parents had heard this before so that I could hear it from them. Of course, they demonstrated it to me. Okay? Number two is unconditional forgiveness. Okay? Yung may babayaran ka, tapos 4 na beses mong babayaran, forgive. Yan. Can you tell, okay? Can you tell your loved ones, I forgive you? Can you tell them that? Can you tell them, regardless of what you do in life, okay, I already forgive you. This is something that I practice in real life, okay? I'll give you an example. This is a line that I truly, sincerely tell my wife. Hambam, that's what I call her. And I'm not sure if she can hear me right now. I tell her this, Hambam, anything that happens in the future, I'm already telling you right here, right now. Anything that happens in the future, anything that you do in the future, maybe it might be a mistake. I already forgive you in advance. Are you able to tell that to your loved ones? Something happens. The husband forgets to buy bread from the grocery. The husband forgets to have the tires changed or have the car fixed. Are you able to forgive the person? If you're able to forgive the person, kahit na paulit, some of you might ask, Coach Edwin, paano ba yan kung paulit-ulit? It's the same mistake that he makes every time. That's what unconditional is. Okay? Forgiveness can be unconditional. It's a different thing to be a consentidor. Okay? I can say, I forgive you, and yet I do not agree with what you do. Are you with me? Okay? Forgiveness doesn't mean approval. Forgiveness is forgiveness, and being consentidor or approving of what the person does, those are different things. But forgiveness, I assure you of my forgiveness. Can you tell your loved ones that? Okay? Last. The last one is unconditional acceptance. Can you tell your loved ones, regardless of what you say, regardless of what you do, regardless of who you are, I accept you unconditionally. It doesn't matter to me if you lost your job. It doesn't matter to me if you went into debt. It doesn't matter to me what mistakes you made. Nakapatay ka, nakasakit, may nasaktan kang ibang tao, nanloko ka. I will accept you. It doesn't mean I will hide you from the authorities. It doesn't mean I will conspire with you. It only means I accept you. You are my brother. You are my father. You are my son. You are my sister. I accept you as my sister. I will never disown you. I accept you, whatever, regardless. Okay? Your gender identity, your career, the sins that you've committed, the decisions, the wrong decisions that you've made, regardless of any of those, I accept you unconditionally. 3 unconditional things that can help you get real in your relationships. When you are able to create an environment where in the family you're able to have unconditional love, forgiveness, and acceptance, then the person is given permission. The loved ones are given permission to think the way that is true to them, to believe what is true to them, to identify and to live the life that is truthful to them. That's how you get real in relationships. Okay? So allow me to go back to my examples earlier. No? There's this one lady who napagalitan siya or inaway siya ng husband niya when she brought up a certain topic. So through the years, she'd been very afraid of her husband. The husband is both the cheerleader as well as the kontrabida in her life. Can you imagine what that's like? Okay. So through coaching, she learned that, you know what? I cannot go on living a life of fear, fear of saying the wrong thing. So what did she do? She brought up courage, she brought up love from herself, and instead of fear, she faced the situation and had a very loving, not confrontational, but a loving conversation with her husband about how she truly feels. She just got real. And in that conversation, she got to express herself more fully. Her husband got to understand her better. She got to understand her husband better. And therefore, now they have more joyful conversations. How can it not be joyful when you're being able to express? Kaya mong i-express yung tunay na nasa isip mo, nasa puso mo. Example number two. Example number two was this woman who was embarrassed about her career. She referred to it as, what was it? Financial agent, insurance agent. That's what it was. Okay, insurance agent lang ako. That's how she used to say it. But now she's proud. She stepped into her truth. You know what? I am providing a very relevant service to my clients. So she owned it. She's an insurance, she's not even a financial advisor. She feels na pag financial advisor, pinapaganda pa yung pangalan. No, I'm an insurance agent. I am an agent who will help insure your life and the life of your loved ones. I am that agent who will make it happen. So she embraced this identity and now she is more real when speaking to old friends and her family and any of her clients in the province where she had gone back. Okay. And last, third example, that's me. Okay. That's me second guessing myself because my siblings told me, hey, Edwin, you need to do this, you need to do that. So what happened in my situation was I got in touch with my life purpose. I allowed myself to love myself, forgive myself for the mistakes that I have made in the past many years, and accept the truth of my life purpose. So in a very specific coaching activity, it's an activity that's described in my book. Where's a copy of my book? In my book, You Can Be Happy Again. It's an activity where a person can discover his life purpose. And I had done this many years ago, around 2007, and more recently in 2018, I did it again. So it's a writing exercise where I rediscover my life purpose. I wanted to reaffirm, ito nga ba yung life purpose ko? Back in 2007, the life purpose that came out was to help more, thus be more. I needed to grow more so that I can help more. Okay? And then more recently in 2018, I was doing this writing exercise, and then there, my life purpose was presented to me. And my life purpose is three words: help people heal. And by being very clear with my life purpose, I realized, you know what? Whether I'm employed or continuing to do what I do now, conducting trainings like this for Mavs and her community, or conducting one-on-one coaching or running programs like the 5 a.m. Club and the Skyrocket, I can help people heal through coaching, through speaking, by being a friend, by being a husband, by being somebody that other people can speak to. Or I'm the person who can listen and to hold this space. And now that's what I do as a life coach. I have a team of coaches who would guide people in finding their own life purpose, in finding their truth, in finding the real and the authentic self within, not the pretensions, aside from the pretensions and all. Okay? And that's what we do as life coaches. Um, we coach in many different aspects. We coach for phobias, we coach for goal getting, we coach for releasing negative emotions, physical ailments, so many dilemmas, career decisions, life purpose, so many things that we coach in. Can you make a guess what my favorite is? My most favorite thing to coach about is relationships. Why? To me, life is all about relationships. You can have all the millions and billions, but if all those millions and billions do not help you have more meaningful relationships, what's there in life? You can be healthy and all buffed up, and you can run marathons and triathlons, but if those activities are getting in the way of your relationships, what's the point? So you can have all these things, you can have all these achievements, and all of these things should boil down to having better relationships. If not, what's the point? So I hope this has been useful. I don't know, I didn't see any comments from you guys. What are your challenges in your relationships at home, in your family? Okay. And if you have any questions, yeah, go ahead. You can send me a message, or you can send a message through Mavs. I don't know. And I hope this has been useful in helping you gain or create more real relationships at home. And I thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Brother Edwin. Thank you so much
Thank
for the
you.
wonderful sharing. No, so we have these three unconditional for us to have meaningful relationships in our family. So there's a question, by the
Sure,
way.
sure.
PM siya, no? Sabi niya, so Brother Edwin, so easy for you to say na you can forgive in advance to your wife. And what
Okay.
if it's not your wife?
Okay. What
Or
is it? Your
actually may
wife?
follow-up question siya. It's a brother whom you that I cannot forgive for the longest time.
Okay, okay. Sige, so forgiving in advance, that's another thing. The person who asked the question has a more specific level of forgiveness that she needs, which is couldn't forgive the brother. I don't know if that's a sibling, a blood brother, or a community brother. I don't know. No?
Brother lang.
Um, Forgiveness is can be both simple and complicated. Okay, but there are many different ways to learn how to forgive, but here's one level one way. Okay, Level one way. I learned this lesson from an office mate many years ago, and she would tell me, pinapatawad na kita. Okay? She just says the words. I wasn't able to submit the email on time or give the report on time. She would blurt out the words, pinapatawad na kita, I forgive you. Ako naman, I would be, anong I forgive you? Hindi pa nga ako, I'm not asking for forgiveness and you're forgiving me already. But that's what she was doing. And I took it up as an exercise for myself. Okay? For instance, I'm gawin nating COVID situation, lockdown situation. Your Jollibee delivery or I don't know whatever, your food delivery came in 5 minutes late. Do you have the capacity to say the words out loud, whether to the person or to yourself? Pinapatawad ko na siya. I forgive him. Do you have that capacity? Start there. Okay, that's step one.
Galing.
Forgive the manong guard. Inirapan ka or tinanong ka, ma'am, taga saan po kayo? Can you forgive the man on the street, the manong guard, the manang who cleaned your windows pero she missed a spot? Can you forgive that person? If you can, that practice. Say the words out loud. Ate, pinapatawad na kita. Pakiano mo naman tong this other portion. Okay? That's level one. And that's one practical tip that I can share right here, right now. In life coaching, we're able to help a person very specifically, whether that's your mother, your father, your brother, your business partner. We can help you specifically forgive a person. And we don't give you the solution, we just take you through it, and it's still your decision. Essentially, it still becomes your decision. With the grace of God, you can forgive that person, and we can help you.
So,
I hope that's useful.
yeah, thank you. So, I hope that that person na nag-send, that answers. Anyway, so this is what life coaching is all about. No, you help them to go all through with this, to all of them have this unconditional in more practical way.
Yeah. When I meet a client, we find out from them what help they need. There are some clients who know. Okay, let's put it this way. Most clients know what kind of help they need. They haven't forgiven their parents, or they're being held back by fears. Most people know already, and that's where we start in life coaching. We ask the client, okay, what kind of help do you need? Why are you seeking life coaching? And that's where we bring in the processes or the questions that will help them move forward in their life.
All right. I think we're already touched a lot of things, no, and I've learned a lot, Brother Edwin, no, sa sharing. And I very important to understand that every family should really understand this unconditional, diba? For them not to become a bed spacer, not to become a hotel guest or a long-term tenant, but a family member who loves their parents, who loves their brother, who loves their sister, diba? They're a family member, and they're not this hotel guest or long-term tenant lang, no? We wanted them to have meaningful relationships because at the end of the day, diba, all of us want our family member to be with us, to have great relationships, diba? Na ngayon mag-aaway kayo for a long term, no? 20 years, 30 years, di kayo mag-uusap. And then when you're on your deathbed, saka, yan, patawag mo si ganito, diba? Why not? During this time that we're healthy, we're at this prime stage of our life, why not we come up together and then ask help if needed, really needed, for us to have great relationship. There are life coaches that here, diba? And again, our mission in this. I One of the things also, bro, that we would like to share with our viewers is that not you don't need at the deathbed of your family before you talk about anything on the table, especially when it comes to whatever your family have, the real estate, that yan. Di ba? Pwede na yung
No way.
pag-usapan. Di ba? Pwede
Yeah.
na yung pag-usapan. And when you have great or meaningful relationship within the family, all other matters, real estate,
Yeah.
iba pang mamanahin nyo, whatever, it will be easy to
I totally
make
agree.
decisions.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Totally agree, Mavs. Alam mo, our family has been going through something difficult. My mother passed away a few weeks ago. And yeah, and that's exactly what we did. We did not wait for her to be in her deathbed. Many months prior, many years prior, we've been taking care of the real estate properties, the finances of our parents, so that maliwalas na yung things are prepared. And we did this with respect. It's not as if we were asking our mom, bigay mo na sa amin. It wasn't like that. We always reassured them. Okay, we always reassure them, Dad, this is your money. We're just managing it for you. We're holding it for you, but this is your money. Mom, these are your properties. Anything that you want you to do with these properties, you can still dictate how you want to do it. It's just prepared in our name so that you and we're reassuring you of free access of entire full
Galing.
access, full
Galing.
control.
Yeah.
Don't We didn't wait for the unfortunate time to happen, because yeah, that's what can happen when you and your family are real to each other.
Correct, correct. And I agree with you, bro, no? Ang galing ng ginawa nyo kasi sinasabi nyo, di ba, na Mom, Dad, this is your money. We're just managers. And I remember this. Actually, it's from the Bible. It's really
Hmm.
a mandate to us. Di ba? Sabi from Deuteronomy, no? These commandments that I give to you are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home, when you walk along the road. Ayan, naputol siya.
Amen.
But it's really a mandate to us, no? It's hindi siya sinabi lang ng kung sino, but it's written in the good book that all of us or most of us would like to read, diba? So, ayan, that we have to talk about it. And when we
Amen.
talk about it, we should have that positioning in the family to have meaningful relationships, and we will be able to achieve that through that. One of the ways is that Coach Edwin shared to us, and so wonderful, so beautiful. Ayan, I think, thank you so much, Brother Edwin. Any
Thank you
last
so much.
message that you'd
Yeah,
like to?
yeah, I do have a last message. But before that, may I invite your audience? May
Yes, of course.
I? Thank you. So I did mention to you earlier that I have a couple of programs. I'll introduce just one of the programs, and it is called Rise Up, the 5 a.m. Club. Remember this, Mavs? Okay, so this
I
is Rise
love
Up.
I love to join that
Okay.
club, and
Um,
soon.
Ayun, yeah. So this is Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club. We're a group of people who want to make our mornings productive. So we meet every day at 5 a.m. We start with exercise, we have prayer, meditation, we go for gratitude, and then learning. You know, this started during the pandemic when people needed to have more structure in their life. And this has become a platform for people to start writing their books, to start their speaking career, or just being able to speak more in public. This has been the start of better sales in a sales team. Ay, mas nag-perform ng yung sales team nila when they started doing the 5 a.m. club. So that's my invitation for professionals, business owners, or even freelancers, we'd love to have you at the 5 a.m. Club. And if you want to join the 5 a.m. Club, we have an introduction to it this Saturday. It's called the 6 a.m. webinar, and I'd love to tell you more about the tools, the techniques that can help you make a more productive morning. So join us at the 6 a.m. webinar. You can learn more about it at bit.ly/6am webinar. I look forward to welcoming you at the webinar and help you make your dreams come true as soon as you wake up in the morning. Okay, that's what it is.
Kailan yung 6 a.m. bro? Kailan yan?
Saturday. It's happening this Saturday. Yes.
It's
Okay, the
coming
6 a.m. webinar is happening on Saturday, this Saturday, bit.ly/6 a.m. webinar. Learn more about it there.
Alright.
Finally, in closing, yeah, actually, some of the messages ni Mavs happens in my relationships webinar. Okay, don't wait. Some people ask for success tips, and one of my success tips is you're going to die one day. Okay, that's the truth. That's how life is. And are you going to wait for that time before you tell your loved ones what you really feel, what you really think, who you really are? Okay? How old are you now? Right now, whoever is watching this, how old are you now? Whatever your answer is, I'm 45 years
21.
old. Yan, 21. Okay? Imagine yourself fast forward 80 years old. If you were 80 years old and on your deathbed, or 90 years old and on your deathbed, what would you want your 21-year-old self to do? Right here, right now, me, I'm 45. If I think about my 90-year-old self telling me what I want, what I need to do, I need to be more courageous about sharing my advocacy. I need to empower more people, just like Mavs is doing. She's empowering you to be the Maven in your family. Okay? So you have your own calling. I pray that you step more and more towards your calling. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Coach Edwin, and we look forward to having you more. No, actually, we will be having more Coach Edwin in the future. So we're coming up with a great sessions or longer sessions with our My Real Estate Maven followers and
Early.
group, who really wanted
Let me
to
know.
deep dive in becoming the real estate maven of their family. For the time being, you can join. Please do join the 6 a.m. webinar of Coach Edwin at on this coming Saturday. No, so I super agree with that. Rising up very early, what for growing yourselves in different aspects.
Yes.
So
Thank you so
much, Coach Edwin, and we'll be seeing you soon. Yeah, thank you.
God bless you. God bless your audience. God bless your advocacy. See ya.
All right. Thank you so much for that beautiful sharing. And I hope you learn a lot and that you may all grow together with your family. That you make your life together with your family, having great and meaningful relationships. So this is our life Thursdays, and I hope you can share this video, subscribe to our channel, and help us in our mission to help you become the real estate maven of your family, or the one who takes charge. No, don't wait. As sabi nga ni Coach Ed, don't wait when you're already in your deathbed. No, before you grab that, creating that meaningful relationship. And your property, if the property that you have will be used, that can be used to have that meaningful relationships, and so be it. That's why we are helping you to become the real estate maven, or the one who takes charge in your family's real estate properties. So next, in the coming weeks, no, we'll be having different sessions again about real estate and economics, and then about life. That please do like and subscribe this channel and join me in my mission. Uh, we come into an end, so but I look forward to seeing you next Thursday. And thank you so much for joining us, for being with us. And again, please sign up to our website, myrealestatemaven.com, so that we can send you updates, and we'll ask you to join our groups, exclusive groups for all those who are really interested to deep dive um, to our sessions. Okay, thank you, and God bless you all. And please do sign up my Real Estate Maven online. MyRealEstateMaven.com. Can we post that? Ayan. MyRealEstateMaven.com. Okay, so because I believe that together as a family, we can make things happen. Ayan.